Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com and welcome to day 2 of 100 days of Go and Rust. Okay, so on this day what we're going to do is we're going to focus on printing text to the terminal. Always one of the first things you want to learn when you learn a language. Now we've done hello world, so we did a basic print, but there's always so much more to learn about the print commands to really kind of get maximum use out of them. So we'll do Go first. So I'm going to switch back to run.go. Okay, and essentially all the print commands come from this library called FMT. Okay, format. So like for format strings, yada yada yada. Okay, so there's several different functions to know. So notice I use printline. Okay, so just to show you the difference, if I do fmt.print and do hello world, okay, what's going to happen is the following. Let's switch terminals. So I'm going to go to my Go terminal. So you notice that the first hello world doesn't go to the next line. It just like gets like it's all on the same line. The reason is print just prints the text, doesn't automatically add a new line at the end of the string of text that is printed. Print line does. Okay, so like if I switch these in order, Control X, hello world, hello world. So you see now, print line does add an extra line in front. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now I could concatenate strings in here. So I could do something like this. I could be like, hello plus a space plus world. This is called string concatenation, and that's totally fine. See, that's all fine and good. A fun thing to do with strings is interpolation, where instead of adding the strings together and joining them together, you're injecting one string or one value into another string. Okay, so string concatenation, string interpolation. This exists in all languages. Now, in order to do concatenate or interpolation, you have to use a different function. Basically, you just add f at the end. Okay, so what happens is this would become printf. And now I can do this. I could sit there and say, I think the format would just be hello, and I think it's just curly brackets. And I could do something like world. Okay, and you're like, wait a second, that just looks like you put a string inside of a string. And actually, now that I think about it, I probably want to use single quotes, to not confuse with the outer quotes. Like that, hello world. Okay, and let me just see if that works the way I think it's going to work. Should just print hello world and not show the curly brackets. It did show the curly brackets, so I did that wrong. So let me just see here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. The way this works, this is more like C. Okay, where you actually have to put these little markers inside the string. So I would have to put like %V, which stands for value. There's other markers, like depending on what you're injecting. So then what I do is that after, so let's say actually, let's put 2 of these, %V, they're going to get injected in order. So I can say hello world, comma, cheese. World will get injected in the first sort of available spot. Cheese will get injected in the second available spot. So see, hello world, cheese. And I get the string that I want. And then here, I forget what I put the f in. I think the f is going to go here. So if I want to do the same thing, it should work the same way. We'll find out in a moment if it's print line f or print f line. Yep, nope, not print f line. So what if I do print line f? Still doesn't work. I don't have that particular version. Yeah, I guess it's just printf. They don't have a print line f. Although, again, easy enough. If you want to inject the new line at the end, you just have to put /n. This is like the new line symbol. So you can inject a new line at the end, and then this would generally have the same effect. Okay. Now another command you have is sprint. Sprint is a very annoyingly named command because it's not really printing. What it does, it just returns the string. And the reason you'd use it is if you want to like concatenate a string, or you wanted to use interpolation, but you're not looking to print the string in that moment. You're just looking to save it in a variable. So you would use like sprintf. So in this case, what I would do is like, let's say I'm doing printline here. And then what I would do is I would do like in here, fmt.sprintf, and then I would do the concatenation in here. So I'd say hello %v, and then it would be like comma Alex. So this function would run, return hello Alex, and then printline would receive the string of hello Alex, and then it would just print hello Alex. Okay, but notice I didn't get a separate print for the run of this function. So sprint doesn't actually print the text. Okay, and again, you don't have to use interpolation. You can just concatenate and get along just fine. And just add things together. But that's how you do that in Go. So this is Go. That's how you print text to the screen. Not too bad. Okay, not too bad. Now if we go back to Rust, last time we used print, but there is also a print line. Again, just kind of like in Go, you add the line at the end. It means it's going to add the new character automatically, giving you a line. So see now, oh, that's still Go. So in Rust, and to make life easier, what I can do is I can do this. I can say rust c the file, run.go, and then do 2 ampersands to do another command, and just say run the /run file. So this way it just does both at the same time. Okay, couldn't read where I go, no such file or directory. Oh, so run.rs, my bad. Switching languages. I'm sure that won't be the last time I do that. Okay, so compile the Rust file, and then run it. See hello world, and see like now it actually gave us a new line this time. And there's a bunch of other commands, like if I go over here in Rust, okay, I can see that there's other commands to print. And these are the 2 main ones, print a line with a line or without a line. And then this one just prints to an error. So if you're printing, if you want to print it out as an error, that's what you would do there. Like we can try that out real quick. So if I do print line, let's see what the output looks like. Okay, which doesn't look too exciting. Okay. Let's see, anything else I want to point out? Let's talk about interpolation. So I could do concatenation again, so let me just get rid of the E. I could do this, so I can be like, oh, hello plus world. Again, concatenation. Oh, it doesn't like that. We're going to do the previous error. Expected. Oh, it wants us to use a comma for this. Let's see here. Let's see if it works that way. Okay. Ah, no, you can't do concatenation just out of the box there. Okay. I learned something. Okay. What you can do is you can use interpolation. And again, it's going to be kind of like you saw in Go, where you have to put a symbol in there. So you can say hello. But in this case, you put 2 curly brackets, an empty set of curly brackets. And that represents the injection point. And I can put multiple curly brackets. And then afterwards, what gets injected there is the arguments going forward. So I can be like, hello world cheese. And if I run that, see, hello world cheese, and it injects it there. This works for like very basic things. Like 1, if I put the number 1 in there, see hello world 1. This does change up a little bit when we start getting to more complex things like structs and maps and whatnot, if you want to inject them into the text. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yes, that's basically how you print text in Rust. And again, printing text is super important in any language because it's how you debug. Okay, oftentimes you don't see what your code is doing because your code's just running. So if you want to see what variables are valued at and give yourself sort of like different like helpful messages, you need that print function to print stuff, to print output while the program is running that you can then inspect and be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Okay, aside from that, it's not doing anything else for us other than printing text to the terminal. But that is profoundly helpful. Okay, allows us to kind of figure out what's going on. If you've done development for any period of time, you're probably quite aware of this. Okay, so that's going to be today's code for our 100 days of Rust and Go. I'll see you all in the next one.